Hello, welcome to Jason the Old Millennial. My name is Jason. Speaking to you here in my basement in the great state of Kansas. In this video, I want to talk about the Golden Globes, and the SAG nomination just came out today. So talk a little about what is the state of the Oscar race at the moment from my point of view. And yeah, I was working Sunday, so I didn't get to watch the Golden Globes, but I just watched YouTube videos and kind of looked and see other reactions of who won and all that. Kind of see, because Golden Globes is the first big awards that kind of sets the tone, or the, who's kind of in the lead maybe at the moment. But all that can change, of course, because we still got, the SAG awards can change a lot, and the BAFTAs and the Critics' Choice. And then we also got like the PGAs and the DGAs and WGAs and all these different guilds anyway. So we'll see. But yeah, just talking about the Golden Globes a little bit from what I saw. I watched the opening monologue. I thought it was decent. It's definitely better than the last 2 years. Joe Coy totally bombed last year, and then Jared Carmichael didn't even try to be funny. So Nikki Glaser, I think is a good choice because she's a pretty popular stand-up comedian at the moment, and she's good at roasting people. So she did a pretty good job. She roasted people in the audience and had some good jokes here and there. Not all of them landed. So to me, it wasn't like A tier. It was like B tier hosting, in my opinion. But besides that, yeah. So getting to the awards themselves. Best drama went to The Brutalist. So beating out like Conclave, The Substance, or some other major contenders there. Yeah, so I thought this really gave The Brutalist a big step up. And I thought this could be, to me, it was like The Brutalist and Anora right now, to me, are like neck and neck for maybe who's going to win Best Picture at the moment. But The Brutalist winning Best Drama definitely gives it some momentum. And it's not a movie I've seen, but from what I'm hearing about it, it sounds like more of a Best Picture style movie than Anora to me. I don't know. And that might be just me. Of course, I don't really know, because there's a lot of Best Pictures that are just horrible that I think, how did anybody vote for that? So I suppose I can't really predict based on what I've seen. But yeah, Brutalist, big epic movie, like almost 4-hour movie about immigration and all this. So we'll see. But yeah, great win for Brutalist there. And Brutalist did pretty well overall. I say Brutalist came out really on top in the Golden Globes. That and Amelia Perez, which won Best Comedy Musical, which is a musical. So it won because of that, probably. Beating out Anora, that was a surprise to me, because I thought Anora, like I said, was the movie that was going to compete for Best Picture. And it didn't win Golden Globe. It didn't win any Golden Globes. So that kind of hurts Anora at the moment because of that. Amelia Perez, definitely very loved. They did very well at the Golden Globes. And it's a foreign film. It's in Spanish. It's a musical. So I guess it's the kind of film that Golden Globes would love. So they gave a lot of praise to that film. Wicked was also nominated in this category and lost. So we'll see what happens there. Best Director also went to the Brutalist director, Corbat, I believe his name is. So yeah, another big win for him. And for the Brutalist itself, kind of giving them momentum. Again, beating out Sean Baker from Anora, beating Amelia Perez director, beating Edward Berger from Conclave. Not related to me. I kind of partly would like to go for Edward Berger because he has my same last name, but I didn't care for Conclave. But anyways, so yeah, Brutalist, a big win there. Best Screenplay did go to Conclave. I think Conclave is definitely a front runner for Best Adapted Screenplay. It seems like it was kind of front runner from the beginning, and this just gives it more credit there. Though I think Anora has the best chance for maybe original screenplay. But there's no original or adapted, it's just screenplay on the Golden Globes. For Best Actor, we went to Adrien Brody. So Adrien Brody, and I thought Adrien Brody, and Timothée Chalamet and Adrien Brody are kind of neck and neck at the moment for me for Best Actor. I think both are kind of the two front runners in that category. But having Adrien Brody beat Timothée Chalamet at the Golden Globes definitely, again, gives Adrien Brody a big momentum going right now. But I don't think Timothée Chalamet's out of it yet. He still has a chance at SAGs and Critics' Choice and all this. So he could, if he starts winning some more awards, we're going to see another case of like Austin Butler versus Brendan Fraser, where it's like going back and forth between the two. We don't really know who's going to win, which makes it a very interesting Oscar season. But for right now, Adrien Brody, I mean, good for him. He won the Best Actor back in like 2002, I think, for The Pianist. So here he is 20-some years later, maybe win a second Oscar. Pretty cool for him, because he hasn't been making like big Oscar-type movies in the last 20 years since his first win. But Timothée Chalamet, he's very young. He's been nominated before, so, but he is playing a biopic. You know, he's playing Bob Dylan. They do love that, like Austin Butler playing Elvis, or Rami Malek playing Freddie Mercury, or Joaquin Phoenix playing Johnny Cash. They do love biopic actor performances, so we'll see if he gets any more awards here. Best Actor Comedy went to Sebastian Stan for Different Man. Don't think he's going to get in for any Oscars, so a good one for him getting into the comedy. I think all 5 nominees are in the drama category, so he didn't have a big competition in the comedy category. But yeah, then we go to Best Actress Comedy Musical and went to Demi Moore, which to me was like the greatest win of the night. I was so happy for Demi Moore. Not that I'm a huge Demi Moore fan, but just the fact that she's been in the business for a long time. She's never been an awards type actress. And she even said that in her speech. I think she gave the best speech. I loved her speech about, you know, being a popcorn. They called her a popcorn actress. Like she didn't deserve to get any awards. And here she is saying, I'm just, you know, don't count me out. I can still win awards, you know, even if I'm not just a pretty face, you know. So I think that's really cool that she won there, especially because she beat Mickey Madison from Anora, which coming up to this, I thought Mickey Madison was the front runner for Best Actress. Everybody seemed to love her. Everybody seemed to put her #1 on their list. You know, like I said, Nora had a bunch of momentum coming in, but it kind of lost some because it didn't win any in the Golden Globes. And personally, I would love to see Demi Moore win instead of Mickey Madison, just because Demi Moore's been around a lot longer. It'd be a cool, you know, comeback story for her. While Mickey Madison's very young, it's the first time she's ever been nominated for anything, so I don't think she needs it in that category. Not much to say about Best Drama. I went to Fernando Torres for I'm Still Here. Never heard of her, never heard of that movie. Don't think she's going to get an Oscar nomination, but you could always be surprised in that category. But the loss here is for Angelina Jolie, for Maria. A lot of people thought she could get in for an Oscar nomination, but this really hurts her. And then again, we'll talk about SAGs, that hurts her again. Nicole Kidman for Baby Girl's been talked about a lot as well, so we'll see there. Best Supporting Actor went to Kieran Culkin for Real Pain. He's been the front runner this whole time, this whole awards season. Everybody's talking about Kieran Culkin. I haven't seen the movie yet, so I'm curious to see what happens there. Kieran Culkin, he's funny. He's a kid actor. He's been around for actually a while. He's in his 40s now. He's like my age, but he's been acting since he was a kid. So he's actually been in the business for a while, and he's overall good. He was a great kid actor, and he's doing really well now as an adult actor. Though you don't see him in a lot of movies. He was in the big TV show, getting award nominated. I think he won an Emmy before for his performance. But anyways, so yeah, Kieran Culkin to me is the kind of actor and the kind of performance it seems like that's going to sweep. I wouldn't be surprised if it swept all the awards all the way to the Oscars. And you get those every year where usually in supporting categories, there's always somebody just wins all of them. And you just go, yeah, he's going to win it all. Yeah, and I don't know. I thought Guy Pearce was going to be the big competition here, or Edward Norton. But ever since the SAG Awards, I don't know. Again, I think he's probably the front runner big time. Supporting Actress went to Zoe Saldana for Emilia Perez, which I was really happy for this too, because a lot of people are talking about Ariana Grande being kind of the front runner for Wicked. And personally, I don't want to see Ariana Grande win an Oscar. I just thought her performance was not that great in Wicked. I didn't really care for that character or for her. I don't think she's that good of an actress. Like, so to me, it's like her winning an Oscar just, to me, is like an insult to the Oscars. Not that the Oscars have made mistakes before; they've made a bunch of mistakes in who they pick. But Ariana Grande would just be a black spot on the Oscars, I think. Me personally, while Zoe Saldana has been around for a little while, she doesn't give Oscar type performances. This is definitely her biggest performance she's ever given. And though I hated Emilia Perez, it was like one of my least favorite movies of the year. Zoe Saldana was, you know, fine in it. I liked her in it, fine. So I don't know. It's cool because she's kind of known for all these sci-fi movies, like, and big, you know, IPs like Guardians of the Galaxies and the Star Trek and Pirates of the Caribbean. So she's been in a lot of big, you know, franchises, and so it's kind of cool to see her here as well. I will talk about Best Animation here because, again, man, I hate The Wild Robot should have won, but it went to Flow. Flow, I know, is kind of the indie darling at the moment. Everybody's talking about Flow. All the critics love Flow. I haven't seen it. Don't care to see it. It's like it's a movie about a cat, and there's, I don't think, any dialogue. It doesn't seem like, it's just one of those indie movies that Academy, whatever critics seem to like. And it's like The Wild Robot, though, is like the, one that everybody loves, It was one of my favorite movies of the year, and everybody I've seen has this in honorable mentions or in top 10 favorite movies of the year, especially in animation. It's definitely been one of the top animation movies of the year. A real crowd favorite, and the critics seem to like it as well. So I'm still hoping The Wild Robot will win the Oscar, so we'll see there. Now, talking about the SAG nominations came out, I guess, today. I just saw that. I was just going to talk about the Golden Globes, but I guess we'll talk about the SAGs. I didn't write anything down, but some big things happened. Of course, talking about the acting categories. Best Actor, you still had Adrian Brody and Timothée Chalamet in there. Definitely still. It's the five in the SAGs, I think, are the five in the Oscar nominations, because I think it was like Adrian Brody, Timothée Chalamet, Ralph Fiennes from Conclave definitely will get in there. And Daniel Craig from Queer, I thought would probably be the fifth spot, and it got into the SAG, so I'm guessing he's going to get the Oscar nom as well. And Coleman Domingo from Sing Sing also got nominated for SAG, and I think he'll get the Oscar, so I think that kind of went the way we thought it would. Best Actress, you still got Demi Moore in there, of course, and Mickey Madison. To me, were the two frontrunners. As well, Cynthia Erivo, whatever's there, of course, for Wicked. The big surprise was Pamela Anderson got in for The Last Showgirl. So Angelina Jolie didn't get in. I believe Nicole Kidman didn't get in, and Amy Adams for her movie didn't get in as well. So kind of surprised, but now I'm starting to wonder if Pamela Anderson could get the Oscar nom. That'd be interesting again, because you think Pamela Anderson, the blonde bombshell from Baywatch, is now possibly not. She got Golden Globe and a SAG nomination, and maybe gets an Oscar nomination. That would be kind of interesting story as well, since she's kind of getting older. Kind of like Demi Moore, she's getting older. We don't see her as much around, and here she gives a performance. So it's another good kind of story, comeback story that maybe the Oscars would love to get nominated as well, because they do love a good story like that. And I'm forgetting who's the other actress. I'm forgetting on top of my mind. I didn't write them down, unfortunately. So, the Amelia Perez, quote unquote actress. I forget her name, but the trans actress. Anyways, so we got that. Best Supporting Actor was very strange, because though we did get Kieran Culkin in there, who's obviously the front runner again, but Guy Pearce did not get a SAG nomination. That was one of the biggest shocks I had for the SAGs, was that Guy Pearce, I thought, was maybe the second, behind Kieran Culkin. He's in the Brutalist. The Brutalist really did not do well in the SAGs. They did very well in the Golden Globes, but SAG, it didn't get a Best Supporting Actor nomination, and also Felicity Jones didn't get a Best Supporting Actress nomination. So two categories where I thought they definitely would get Oscars in, they did not get in there. But they did get Adrian Brody, and of course SAG doesn't do director really, and so it's kind of hard to tell in that standpoint. Though we did get a Directors Guild Award today as well, but yeah. So Guy Pearce, it makes me now people are starting to. I thought Brutalist was maybe the front runner, but now that Guy Pearce didn't get a nomination, Felicity Jones didn't get a nomination. Now there's a lot of thought between the Oscar experts that Brutalist is now not the front runner, which is just crazy, because it's like, is it back to Nora? And some people think Wicked might jump up now, because Wicked did very well in the SAGs. Yeah, so it's kind of up in the air again, which is kind of makes it an interesting season. There's not really an Oppenheimer that's just dominating all the awards, kind of thing. So we'll see what happens there. But yeah, so no Guy Pearce. We do get the guy from Anora get nominated, Yura Basilov. And I think he possibly could get an Oscar nomination, I thought, as well. Edward Norton got his SAG nomination, so I still prefer Complete Unknown. Complete Unknown did pretty well, even getting a Best Supporting Actress nomination for Monica, the lady that played Joan Baez. So Complete Unknown did very well, which is cool to see. Best Actor, Best Supporting Actress, Best Supporting Actor nomination. So I think it got nominated for the cast as well. So Complete Unknown might have shot up too as one of the front runners. Substance didn't do very well, because it got a Best Actress nomination, but no Best Supporting Actress nomination. While Wicked did get a Best Supporting Actor nomination. That was one of the big shocks. Is like Jonathan Bailey from Wicked. He hasn't been on any boards that I've seen as a possibility of getting nominated for an Oscar. And here he got a SAG nomination over Guy Pearce. So it just shows how much they really loved Wicked, because they got nominated in the Best Actress, Best Supporting Actress, and Best Supporting Actor category. So yeah, very good for Wicked, in fact. And I think he got a cast also nomination. So very interesting there. Again, so it's kind of, everything's kind of getting up in the air because of that. But yeah, and like I said, Best Supporting Actress, we still got Zoe Saldana and Ariana Grande are the two frontrunners there. I got SAG nominations as well. No Margaret Qualley, like I said, for Substance. So now I thought Substance would be a major contender, and now it doesn't seem like as much. I mean, Emilia Perez still got the Best Actress, Best Supporting Actress nominations, like you'd think that it would, so it's still doing pretty well. Conclave just got one. It didn't get a Best Supporting Actress nomination for Isabella Rossellini, which I think was a big contender to get into a nomination. So that's interesting. Yeah, the nominations definitely were one of the big surprising. Like Last Showgirl did well because they got Best Actress and Best Supporting Actress for Jamie Lee Curtis. Like I wasn't expecting Jamie Lee Curtis to be in any of the categories. I didn't know she was in The Last Showgirl. I know nothing about that movie. And so Jamie Lee Curtis got in there instead of Margaret Qualley for Substance, or Isabella Rossellini. So that was a big shock as well. So they're definitely, Best Supporting Actress was pretty shocking because they're like, and I think another actress Deadweiler for The Piano or something like that, Piano Player or something like that, movie I don't know anything about, but she was talked about early on, but then she hadn't been getting nominations, but now she got a Best Supporting Actress nomination for SAG, so maybe she can get it. Supporting Actress is going to be very interesting once we get to the Oscar nominations, see who gets in, because the ones I thought were definitely getting in didn't get nominated for SAG. So the only two we are definitely for sure is Zoe Saldana and Ariana Grande for Best Supporting Actress in that category anyway. So yeah, very interesting. And we got the Directors Guild Awards today, which we did get the Brutalist, I believe, got nominated in there. I think Substance did not get nominated. I thought Substance would get in there. Instead, Complete Unknown got in there. What's his name? James Mangold. So I was like, wow, I wasn't expecting a Complete Unknown to get into the Directors Guild. So that's what makes me think Complete Unknown's getting some momentum here with the SAGs and the Directors Guild, while Substance did not do well in either one. Brutalist didn't do well in SAGs, but it got the DGA along with, I believe, Conclave got in there, I believe. Wicked did not get in there, so Wicked still, I don't think, has a chance at Best Picture, and not many Oscar nominations. It could get some technical ones, but we'll see. So in my opinion, this is what I wrote down is kind of what I think is kind of the front runners to get nominated for Best Picture. The 10 that'll get nominated. Number one, I still think is The Brutalist. I put that number one as the front runner for Best Picture, though now that's kind of thrown in the air because it did well at the Golden Globes, not the SAGs. But it's like, I think it could get that. I still think it has a better Oscar quality to it, even though I haven't seen the movie, but just from what I heard. And we'll see. It depends if Guy Pearce and Felicia Jones gets nominated or not. We'll see how, if they don't get nominated, then it won't be the front runner anymore once we get to the Oscar nominations. But if they get nominated along with Adrian Brody and the director and all that, it still can get in there. Number two, Anora. Anora, like I said, was the kind of the front runner until now. I kind of put Bruce ahead of it because everybody seems to love Anora. It's in the top 10 lists, a lot of top 10 lists. Like I said, Mickey Madison was really well beloved, but we'll see how she does. If she can win a SAG or something, she might get back into the race for that. And let's get Margaret Qualley to get nominated, so that was interesting. So it'd be interesting. But Boris Yaslov, whatever, got nominated, so it did get a Best Supporting. So yeah, interesting. Sean Baker, I think, still definitely will get Best Director and Best I think still has a good chance at Original Screenplay, so it still has a good chance to get Best Picture here. Number three, I put Emilia Perez because it's just been doing well through all the awards nominations and and all that. And Golden Globes, it did very well, winning Best Supporting Actress and Best Comedy Musical, and won Best Song. So it won 3 Golden Globes and got nominated for like 10 or something. So we'll see. The SAGs, we still got Zoe Saldana still has a good chance there for SAG award and all that. It's definitely gonna get nominated for Best Picture. I don't know how big chance it has for winning yet. We'll see. Definitely get a lot of nominations. It seems to be well loved beyond all the categories. 4, I put the Conclaves because Conclave has been pretty consistent. it's been getting nominated for Best Picture in all the awards ceremonies. And Ray Fiennes, I think, definitely will get Best Acting. That's probably the only acting he'll get. Maybe Isabella Rossellini could get Best Supporting Actress. We'll see. Anything could happen, it seems like, once we get to the Oscar nominations. But Edward Berger has a good chance for Best Director, and I think it has the best chance for Best Adapted Screenplay. So I put it in the fourth spot. Fifth spot, I had The Substance here, though now I'm starting to question it after the SAG Awards, but I feel like it's been doing pretty well amongst the award categories. Again, Demi Moore would be a great story if she won here. And I really thought Margaret Qualley would get nominated, so we'll see if she gets nominated or not. And it has a female director, so I know they would love to nominate a female in the directing because they don't nominate very many females in directing, so that'd be interesting to see. But she didn't get a DGA nomination, so now I'm starting to wonder about that. But definitely get a Best Picture, I think, which is crazy because it's a body horror. Body horror never gets nominated for Best Picture, so this is a kind of a precedent for horror movies. I mean, you did get Silence of the Lambs one, of course, back in '91 or whatever. So it's not the first horror movie to get in the nomination, but again, it's to me, body horror is just a whole different kind of horror movie, kind of a gross horror movie. So that's very interesting. Everybody loves that movie, though. And like I said, Demi Moore is doing very well. And it could get nominations in other tech categories like makeup, I think, and special effects. So we'll see there. Number 6, I'm going to put a Complete Unknown here because Complete Unknown is doing very well across the board. And again, it got a DGA nomination today. So now that's kind of coming back into the running as a major contender. I don't think it's going to win Best Picture, but I'm very confident it's going to be nominated for Best Picture. You know, like I said, the James Mangold maybe could get director. I didn't think at first he would, but who knows? It'd be between him probably and the director for Substance, I think, could get in for the 5th spot of Best Director. Again, Timothée Chalamet's in the running for Best Actor. We'll see if he can win a SAG or something, make this competition a little interesting between him and Adrian Brody. And Edward Norton's been nominated through all the award shows, so I think he definitely will get in. And now, I don't know, it got a Best Supporting Actress at SAGs, but I don't know if that will happen or not. That'd be interesting if it did. I would love it because that's my favorite movie. And my favorite movie never gets nominated for Best Picture, so it's fine. It's great that I finally can go, oh man, my favorite movie of the year got nominated Best Picture. It never happens. So I'm so happy if that gets a lot of nominations. 7th spot, I put Wicked, because I said Wicked's doing pretty well. It hasn't won really anything. But again, it'd be competitive for Best Supporting Actress, Ariana Grande. I think Cynthia Erivo will definitely be Best Actress nomination. Maybe it could be a competition. I don't know. She hasn't really done anything yet so far. And it's a really beloved movie. People really love it. It's a big musical. Academy likes big musicals. So I would expect it would get in there. Plus, it will definitely get nominated for a lot of tech categories as well. In 8th spot, I put Dune 2. It's funny, we haven't really talked about Dune 2 at all. It's not winning anything. So it's definitely like one of those that will get in based on its popularity, and that the Dune 1 got a lot of Oscar nominations and wins. That it's like, okay, this is a sequel to a very popular movie, Dune. So we suspect it will be here too because Dune got nominated. Again, it's very popular. It's doing very well amongst, critics and amongst everybody that does YouTube, has it in their top 10 favorite movies. So I hated the movie. It was in my bottom 3 movies, or 4 movies of the 4 movies of the year, I guess. I hated that movie, but people love it. But again, it doesn't seem to be in any major categories, to be honest. No acting or directing or, I don't know, screenplay. Probably get a score nomination for Hans Zimmer because he won the first one, and it'll get nominated in a lot of the tech categories. It's going to be kind of the movie that gets the tech categories. And then after that, to be honest, I'm not 100% sure what's going to get in after that. I think Sing Sing will get in. I put that in my 9th spot, though it didn't do well at all at the SAGs. It just got a Best Actor nomination for Coleman Domingo, but it didn't get a Best Supporting Actor nomination, which I thought it would. So it makes you wonder there if Macklin, whatever, will get a Best Supporting Actor nomination. And I'm not sure what else it might get in there. But Sing Sing is one of the movies, seems like it's very well. It was a big, before the award season, people were talking about that being a big contender for Best Picture, but it hasn't done well. So now it's kind of towards the bottom of the list. But people, the critics seem to really like it, and the Oscar experts seem to really think it should get in here. But again, it's very questionable because it did not do well at the SAG. So, but I got that 9 spot. 10 spot, I think I'm gonna put A Real Pain here. I was questioning if I should put that in here, but again, Kieran Culkin's maybe the most sure front runner of all of them to win Best Supporting Actor. So it has almost one Oscar in the bag, it seems like. Hopefully he'll get like a best screenplay by Jesse Eisenberg, because that'd be cool to see Jesse Eisenberg get a nomination here. But yeah, it did fairly well at the SAGs because of that, I think. And the Golden Globes, it got some nominations, and it seems to be well received. So that's why I think it has a chance here at the 10th spot. So those are 10 I'm predicting right now getting Best Picture nominations. The two that I think have chances that are right on the outside is September 5th and Nickel Boys, are two movies that people talk a lot about. It hasn't been getting a lot of nominations. I don't think got any SAG nominations or Golden Globe nominations, but it's getting nominated, I think, in some other category and some other award shows. September 5th, I think, got one nomination maybe for Golden Globes or something, or for one of the award shows that got a nomination for, like, you know, Best Picture, but hasn't got anything amongst, you know, acting categories or directing or whatever. So, but it's a movie that's been talked about in the award ceremonies as a possibility of getting in. Though, yeah, I said neither one has done very well so far. So that's why I have September 5th and Nickel Boys right outside the top 10, but those two could possibly get in there. You never know. Oscar nomination morning is going to be very interesting, but that's my take on what's going on right now in the Oscar season. Love to hear any of your thoughts on it. What do you think is going to win, or who you'd like to see win? Love to hear your thoughts. But besides that, thanks for watching this video. Thanks for liking it, and thank you to all my subscribers for supporting the channel. I appreciate you all and hope you have a good day.